Do a lot of things that have to do with mental and physical manifestations for trapped emotion. Does anyone have headaches, migraine?
I'll give it a shot.
All right, tell us what you got.
So actually just when you say that, immediately my knee started to feel funny, but actually I've been having pretty consistent headaches, and just recently I've had migraines that I've never actually experienced a migraine before.
Okay, so let's go. Ooh, I go to your right knee, I want to sneeze. Okay, what's going on?
That's what I feel too. Yeah.
Okay, so let's first work on the right knee, and then we're going to go up the spine because I suspect that it's something that has to do with your neck that's causing the headaches.
Okay.
So let's go into the right knee. What I'm seeing is a lot of swirling energy, which means it's this essence of wanting to step forward and having the hesitancy to step forward. So I want you to take your hand and go clockwise in front of you. And then go counterclockwise. And the question I'm asking it to your body, not your mind or spirit, but just the body. Body, which direction is more optimizing for the leg?
Clockwise.
Okay. So what we need to do is we want to incorporate more of the masculine energy into that knee, which
Mm-hmm.
Does it sound familiar?
Like, yes, those that all make sense. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So put your hand on your right knee. And we're going to honor this right knee with more courage, more strength. And we're going to step forward more like a soldier. What is happening in your life right now where you need to step forward?
Taking all action.
Are you ready for that?
Yes.
That doesn't sound very loud and clear. But there was no confidence behind the yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Body, are you ready to step forward? What harm would come to the body if you step forward with courage to do that?
Visibility.
Oh, and what happens if you have visibility?
I can't hide.
You can't not be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for that? Okay, pause. Let's go backwards a bit.
Okay.
So what happened at 13 years old where you stepped forward and it didn't work out in your favor? So I'm assuming that's middle school for you?
Yes.
So what happened in middle school where you stepped forward and it didn't end up?
It was a time when I was testing bringing my full self out, and it was not well received.
What happened?
Two very opposing things: unacceptance and judgment, but also this greater level of attention that I just wasn't ready for.
Are you ready now? Again, a long pause.
It's funny, yeah, because I like you're saying, like the body feels it. I feel the resonation up until I get to the physical part, which is like saying yes. And that's almost where it like gets stuck.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send, actually, Vinney, if you want to send, because you have more of the masculine, if we can send masculine energy, infuse masculine energy in the right knee. How is your knee feeling now?
I don't feel the feeling any longer.
Now I'm going to ask you, are you ready to step forward with that courage?
Yes.
That's a much better yes.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, even in like the receiving, I could feel myself like leaning into it.
This is part of your purpose, which means you were very heavily supported energetically in what you're stepping forward to do. And the greatest thing we can do is honor that.
Mm.
Even when it gets a little scary, it's okay.
Yeah.
So check with your mind, body, spirit. Ask if there are any other blocks in the body.
I feel something very like residually and like faint, just kind of like in the back here.
So let's go into there. Ooh.
Keeps repeating that injury happened, but the damage just keeps going.
Yeah, what happened to the back of your head?
The top back.
So I've been hit in the back of the head a few times, or yeah, like had force to the back of the head.
Yeah, what's the one that impacted your vision?
Blacked out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
This is the bad one.
it's the only ever time I've ever done that. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I was strange story, but I'm going to share. I was on top of a car and it was going mightily slow, but instead of stopping, the car accelerated. And so I fell off and hit the pavement. And so I was out for, I have no idea.
Betrayal, I was gonna say betrayal. There's no heavy emotion, betrayal. So let's work on that.
Okay.
Again, she's like caught like a broken record. She's stuck in that groove.
The timeline, the kink in the timeline. So let's go back to that moment.
Okay.
I want you to go back to that moment. And I want you to revisit that same moment, but as the adult observer, as the current age observer of that scene. It's a lot easier to hold the mirror than it is to accept what's in the mirror.
Yes.
So I want you to hold the mirror to your younger self. And then I want you to translate what you're seeing in that mirror back to her.
A lot of immaturity, reliance, codependence is like alarming in my head.
You feel so far away on the screen. I'm trying to see if I can get you closer here. Spirit, enter into the body, release the energy associated with betrayal. Gateway 3, release that energy. Release it from Abmari's body and cause the body to cough when that is complete. Do it now, Spirit. Shake your hips a little bit because we're going to shake it like increased intensity 800%. Do you feel the release in the back of your head too?
Yeah. It almost came from like even like the shoulder part. But yeah, it kind of connected all the way up into the back of my head.
Yeah. Can you hear that, Abmari?
A little bit.
I said last
Yeah.
So, so they show me that when you were younger, you used to live 2 personalities, one at home, and then all of us have that to an extent where you were 2 completely
Super extreme.
different people.
Yeah.
And you've combined those 2 and kind of put the at-home personality in the closet. But now as an adult, you know you need to bring that at-home personality out as the adult and get back to some of your old good habits. But you're afraid if you do that, you're going to have to admit that the other self was not good. But both selves are good because both selves are you. And it's okay to embrace the old self and get back to praying. Praying was a big part of your life before, even though that was part of your home personality, it's still carried over into your out on the street personality.
Yeah.
And your body, your higher self wants to bring you back to prayer. And that's why the knee is showing up, because you don't want to bend the knee.
That's literally and figuratively. Yes. Like even in the way that I pray now, that humbleness of getting on my knees, I don't do it. I just pray in the moment, like standing up or like sitting down.
But what's really cool though is you can embrace the old style and new style and still be okay and loving to yourself. You can get down and kneel if you want to once in a while, but you don't need to fight yourself anymore, because both parts of you make you, and that's what makes you valuable.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the missing masculine was religion, but you don't have to bring it back in the form of religion. You can just bring it back in the form of habits associated with that religion, but it can help you along your spiritual path.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like the masculine for me is like those action pieces, like doing the things, whatever it looks like, really.
You have a good balance outside of the mind space. It's only in the mind space that you have that imbalance. So just let it be. It's all right. Embrace.